For good friends only.
Okay, it's Sleaze. It's Monastery Crushing. This is going to be part 2, which will be the interior of the church. Now let's recap real quick. We're playing with 2 players that are primarily competitive players. They don't play a whole lot of co-op. And one of the 2 players, Hush, is going after his star. So it's only the second match we play. We haven't really played together a lot. So we're just kind of slamming through this and improvising as we go along in order to see if we can hit the lottery and pick up a star for somebody. Now, on the top sequence of the church here, stage 1, you want dragon, of course, but I also want a grenade, and I want to make sure I get a Dow sniper, and here's why. I want to use the Dow up front, and I want to use the ammo in that gun, and waste that up front first, because I want to save dragon ammo for when I have to jump across, and also when you get into some real bullshit downstairs, when you finally get downstairs on the church here. So, trying to conserve dragon for later. And after there's first 4 or 5 enemies, you got to do this. Have somebody jump across in order to activate the next group of enemies. I recommend doing it on the left side. 2 players should always stay back and 1 should advance. And my job here is to flank and to create havoc and chaos for the NPC. Now, what you saw Destroyer do here was jump across and follow me. I don't recommend that. And he's going for the key because fuck it. Let's just slam in another trophy while we're doing this. But we had never talked about this, and on top of that, the hammer guy's on the ground. And if the hammer guy's on the ground, that's the kind of shit that happens. He'll hit you. And so that's why I didn't want to go over and do the key, was because he was still alive. And it would have been a problem. So, revive, I'm thinking get in there as soon as possible and help him as soon as possible. Here, put a grenade on both the armor guys, and then not too worried about the position here. Just, when in doubt with the dragon, just spam it out. So when in doubt, spam it out, and just get center mass and just, you know, put a lot of lead on the target. Here, I think Destroyer's a little pissed because we didn't get the trophy, but I wasn't too concerned about it, and then he ended up taking a nice swan dive off the top of the fucking chandelier or whatever it was there. I think he might have bumped into the chandelier, which is a good way to end up on the ground and dead in this sequence here. So you got to be careful when you jump around. Make sure your camera's lined up. All right, here, part 3. You got the shields jumping through the stained glass windows. 2 on one side, 2 on the other. So send 2 guys one way, send 1 the other way, and just, you know, handle your business. Get rid of the shields. This is pretty good stuff right here. Watch me get confused about the gun. Wait a minute. Got a Dow sniper and I have to zoom it. Wasn't used to that. And then when you hear Sully say this, up in the balcony, you got to hightail it up to the front here. And 2 players go one way, opposite of me, and deal with the shields. And 1 player goes and does what I just did, which is to get rid of the guy that's got the hammer. Now, Destroyer's got the hammer that he picked up from the guy that I killed. He's got 4 shots on his back right now, but he doesn't know about this one. So that's why you see me walking it. And that's what you call this when you kind of move forward and change weapons quite often. It's to strategically move the weapon into a position where he's either accidentally going to run into it and pick up the extra ammo, or he'll see me doing it or me drawing attention to it and he'll pick it up. So now he's got 8 shots instead of 4. Now watch this. Alright, I bet you wish you could do that on a regular basis. Huh? How the fuck did that happen? I have no idea. I don't have it. Here, this is another one of those sequences where you got a lot of chokers. So why not take advantage and make sure that everybody has their kickbacks? I mean, I still only have 8 of 10 medals right now. I need medals. So why not control the chokers? Why not knock helmets off? Why not allow yourself to get choked if you already have your kickback and let somebody else get the medal? Now when we fight this part, we want to fight it way back here where they are right now. See those big pillars? We want to be behind those big pillars because they're great cover for the brute and a lot of the enemies that are going to be coming after me. Here, I knew that the sniper was, you know, lost. up above in the rafters doing God knows what, twerking or whatever the fuck he was doing up there. So that's why I jumped out into the middle of the map to find him. Here, I hit the choker lottery. I need 2 medals. Both players get choked at the same time. So there's a let him go there. And then we got another one here, although a little hairy. Okay, and look at what's going on here. We got a player with 8 shots on his back and a hammer. 2 more hammer guys on the map. So it's 16 hammer shots that we can use. And use them on the brute. Save them for the brute so you make sure you kill them. Now look at Destroyer's position here. This is just exactly where you don't want to be, is way up there. You need to be way back here. So that's why you see me rushing forward here, because I know what's going to happen. He's going to go down. So that's why I'm up here. And I'm also up here to ensure that we get the other 8 shots in the hammer, and that we'll have a chance to use them on the brute to make sure that we can get through this without using our kickback. So he goes down, of course, and I'm going to go in, but look at our positions. The worst fucking place that you could be on the entire map right now is out in the middle of the open with this guy running around. So what happens? Shit like this. You pick up a pistol instead of reviving somebody. We're both down. Hush has got Army of 3 running. Now, never use the kickback in this section. You don't need to. You save the hammer, you use the dragon, and you use that to kill him. And Hush is in a tough spot here. Army of 3's going. We're both down. We're far away from him. He can't get in there to revive us because he's going to die and the entire sequence is going to restart. And we're going to go all the way back to the beginning with the first 4 shields jumping out of the goddamn stained glass window. So he can't come in there. Do you have to make that choice sometimes in crushing? Yeah, you do. Because there's just times where you can't go in there. There's too much distance, too much fire on you. You're not going to make it. So it's nothing personal. It's a choice you have to make sometimes. And here, of course, the respawn's got me in the worst fucking place, which is across the church at the altar. Far away from the action, far away from a revive, in perfect position, right here, all of us, to fail. Because we're out in the middle, we shouldn't be doing this. But hey, they're going aggro-aggressive, I'm going to get aggro-aggressive, let's just kill this fucker.
Come on.
And get on with it. So that's why you see me pick up the dragon here. We know he's got a lot of damage, so I'm going to spam out a bunch of shots, and luckily 3 was enough to get the job done. So, was it sloppy? Yes. Was it chaotic and out of control, and were we in really bad positions sometimes? Yeah. You don't want to be up here by the bells. You want to be on the complete opposite side of the altar, way back there where those 2 big pillars are. And you want to save 8 shots in that hammer for the brute. You want to save some dragon ammo if you can in order to help with the brute. And you want to stay together like the first part where you were at the original spawn. And you just stay together so you can revive each other, help with chokers, and also all deal damage to the pack brute. Alright, so that's the end of part 2. We're going to get into part 3 here in a second. And this is even more chaotic than what happened inside the church. So we'll get into that in a little bit here.